So he'll probably 4 changes in total. Means Jatinder Singh has the squad. Mehran Khan finally comes in the form of amazing favours, and then a special day for 2 men. Hamid Mirza will get his. Here's the standings as the right-handed keeper batter. And for Nepal, well, they're turning into Oman fans today. I can't give you the exact permutation. T20 debut for him. It's also his birthday. So can you think of a better present than that? He's 34 years of age, moved to Oman in 2019 to win and go top of the table. So he'll probably bat at number 6 or 7. Thus far in King City, have a hit. Has played a couple of first class games. Do upset Canada again. But an amazing day for him. So we're sure that he's standing by, ready to get up for the team hotel. Here's the standings of the Equations T20 Cup win for Nepal. Well, they're turning into Oman fans today. I can't give you the exact permutations because it will depend upon how many runs that Oman get batting first. But they'll probably need to win by something in the margin of 80 to 90 runs to win and go top of the table. Highly unlikely you would think the scores that we've seen thus far in King City. So most likely if Oman do upset Canada again, it will be Nepal that will be champions, and the Grove Powell will have a taxi standing by, ready to get up to the team hotel. For Canada, the equation is much simpler, isn't it? You win,
if there was any complacency, the opportunity they're faced with, it will be today an opportunity to win.
Yeah, you'd imagine that they're going to be acutely aware that they can't just turn up and expect to win.
Would have been a very good run at home. We saw them go undefeated in the ODIs, the 4 matches played against Nepal and Oman. Just the 1 loss so far.
In theory, should be too good for what's an experimental Oman side.
To Oman, and in surprisingly lopsided fashion. And so you would think if there was any complacency that showed up in that match, it will be completely out the window today.
Yeah, you'd imagine that they're going to be acutely aware that they can't just turn up and expect to win.
Hard to explain.
A lot of class in the team.
In his trademark, his ubiquitous style,
he's got the Oakleys on, the shades are on. Curtains playing at the moment. Your end skills of far stacker.
Critical to their efforts.
In theory, should be too good for what's an experimental Oman side.
Striker Jatinder Singh into
Oman,
I think that's a good
this kind of remarkable ability to continue to
look
confound people. They really do, and often when you think they're kind of dead and buried and not going to be able to come back in any way, shape or form, they find a way. This man on the screen there, Akib Ilyas, hard to explain how key he will be. In his trademark, his ubiquitous style, he's got the Oakleys on, the shades are on, and he is going to be utterly critical to their efforts. Also, like to see if we set, just pan back and show the non-striker. Jatinder Singh into the side. I think that's a good 50 on it.
No question about it. And
confident to be able to defend it. We'll set for one final time.
Performed in that win over.
Beats the outside edge immediately, and a really good start from him. How important has it been, Vivek, to get this standard of cricket back? I know you had the Challenge League 2 years ago. I know you've had the occasional international, but given the kind of the path and the journey back to ODI status, this is where Canada want to be.
No question about it, and the opportunity to play at home, they have absolutely seized it. You look at, again, the undefeated run in the ODIs, and now with an opportunity to win this no-frills
Kalim Sana beats the outside head.
This is what you want, an opportunity to play on home soil, take advantage of the conditions that you know so well.
Yeah, down the leg side, just helped around the corner, and again, it's so short there straight, isn't it? 57, 58 metres. I think Sana thought it was going to be 1 or 2, but it beats the dive of Parveen Kumar. It will be leg buys, but extra pace on the ball. It's at times proved a bit costly, and Sana concedes 4.
Boy, that raced away to the boundary. And if you're Ilyas, you're happy to again get a delivery that doesn't really put any pressure on you on the pads, as the umpire signals the 4 runs there. 4 leg buys, as Sana will look to regroup and get back on track. First
1 or 2, but it beats the dive of Parveen Kumar. It will be leg buys, but extra pace on the ball. At times proved a bit costly, and Sana concedes 4.
Boy, that raced away to the boundary.
Yeah, it's quick, isn't it, from Sana?
If you're Ilyas, you're happy to again get a delivery that doesn't really put any pressure on you on the pads.
King City,
as the umpire signals the 4 runs there.
Back in
4 leg buys.
That was a quadrangular series where Zimbabwe.
As Sana will look to regroup and get back on track. First delivery just outside.
Pakistan were here as well.
Off stump
Canada.
about that 5th.
I'm just trying to
stump
get
line
to whether or not there's
testing
a bias
Ilyas. Not so sharp
in terms of batting
in that
second, because we've seen every single captain I know it's the end of the season. That's probably the reason.
Yeah, it's quick, isn't it, from
Sana
first?
Just doing a little bit of research overnight in terms of kind of the return
13
of this level of cricket
T20
for
now.
You'll enjoy this. King City
Six
in
have been won by the
particular.
team batting first. Six have
Actually,
been won by the
most
team
of the
batting second.
T20Is
One
since all the way back
time.
in 2008. That was a quadrangular series where Zimbabwe and Sri Lanka came up. And Pakistan were here as well, alongside Canada. I'm just trying to get a sense as to whether or not there's a bias, you know, in terms of batting first or batting second, because we've seen every single captain. I know it's the end of the season. That's probably the reason, wanting to bowl first. But there's been 13 completed T20Is here now. You'll enjoy this. 6 have been won by the team batting first, 6 have been won by the team batting second, and we've had one time. So maybe there isn't that much of an advantage either way. And actually, we've seen runs on the board have been defended here.
Yeah, and I think part of the equation in this series in particular has been the overhead conditions. We've had the days where it's been overcast, and it's definitely been an advantage to bowl first. We've had clear skies where the team batting first has maybe figured better. And so
they're
I thought
pretty
today
big
was an
these days.
interesting toss
With the Fly Emirates logo on the back, of course.
choosing to field first.
Yeah, that should be
This
a wide
goes
side
into
off
the
stump.
air, and oh, what a marvellous effort. May
it
well
is
be the
given.
skipper there, isn't it? Kind of a
Just quick shout out
backward
to all of
point.
our
Gets a hand on it,
officiators throughout
almost
this entire
reverse cup goalkeeper style. Harsh to call it a drop.
tournament.
Did get one
Well
hand on it,
overseen
Nicholas
by
Curtin. And
our
one
ICC
captain
match
drops the
referee
other.
from Bangladesh.
He's a terrific
That is
fielder.
Ian
He's got
Rashid.
good size.
Rohan Shah, he's
And
standing
he'll
this
be
end,
thinking
but
that
bringing
he
it
should have
into
had
ground
that.
on
As you
Mandela
rightly said, a
is at
very
square leg,
difficult chance as
and
we see
Bijal Patel has been
full
reserve umpire
stretch
for the
from
first
Curtin.
3 T20s, but today it's Vishal
trying to get it with his
Sudhakar,
left hand,
so
his strong
shout out to
hand,
the
but
men in pink.
just couldn't
Men
get
in
on
black
top
often
of it.
Don't you really think about officiators?
Yeah.
They're
Just
pretty in
wondering
pink
if
these
maybe
days.
the only realistic
With
chance was
the
to
Fly
palm
Emirates
it up in
logo on
the
the
air
back,
and
of
Akil
course.
Kumar
to kind of get the deflection. It was that tough an effort.
This goes into the air, and oh, what a marvellous effort. May well be the skipper there, isn't it? Kind of a backward point. Oh no, big
Gets a
mix
hand
up.
on it almost.
And this could be a
reverse cup
calamitous
goalkeeper
return
style.
to T20I
Harsh to call
cricket.
it a drop.
For
Did get
Jatinder
one hand on
Singh,
it, Nicholas
Ilyas
Curtin.
isn't quick because
And
remember
one
he's had that
captain
leg surgery.
Drops the other.
And the
He's
captain
a terrific
initially
fielder. He's
kind of
got good
thought about it.
size.
Then he said no.
And he'll be thinking
And
that
off
he
just
should have
one
had that. As
ball,
you rightly said, a
Jatinder
very
Singh is gonna
difficult
be run out
chance as
for
we
a golden
see
duck. It was straight to the
Full
mid-off field.
stretch
If they
from
both got
Curtin.
immediately, they probably would have got there.
trying to get
But
it with his
instead,
left
what a
hand, his strong
disastrous start
hand, but
for Oman.
just couldn't get on top of it. Yeah, that's a tough return for Jatinder
maybe
Singh.
the only realistic chance
Playing
was
it
palm
straight
up
to
in the air
mid-off,
and
and
Akil
you
Kumar
could
to
see
kind of get the
Akil Ilyas
deflection.
didn't
It's that
have
tough
any
an
interest
effort.
there at all.
Yes, is Jatinder Singh.
Jatinder
faces
Singh
up.
as he heads back to the pavilion.
Wants the single. Oh no, big mix-up. And this could be a
Oman
calamitous
6-1.
return to T20I cricket for Jatinder Singh. Ilyas isn't quick because remember he's had that leg surgery. And the captain initially kind of thought about it. Then he said no. And off just one ball, Jatinder Singh is going to be run out for a golden duck. It was straight to the mid-off fielder. If they'd both gone immediately, they probably would have got there. But instead, what a disastrous start for Oman.
Yeah, that's a tough return for Jatinder Singh. Playing it straight to mid-off, and you could see Akil Ilyas didn't have any interest there at all. Nothing but anguish for
And that day,
Jatinder Singh as he
Dilpreet
heads
Bajwa
back to the
pushed it
pavilion.
to mid-on. There probably wasn't a run. Johnson at first took a step
Oman
and then sent
6
it
for
back.
1
All
after
the
an
fielder
over.
needed to do was throw it in one bounce to the keeper. Very similar. This time it was mid-off and Harsh Thacker doing the work. Do you think you saw Jatinder Singh kind of go over to his captain after and pat him on the head and say, look, don't worry. It was immediate, yes, and then it was almost the exact same as Aaron Johnson. He took a step, then he went back. They almost could have shook hands, couldn't they? And good awareness from Sherry Ismova to get up to the stumps. So a disastrous start as Akil Kumar will get us going from
Well,
the north end of the
disastrous
ground.
start you could
You
imagine.
said it was Akil Ilyas
Yeah,
or
remember
bust for
Canada
Oman.
against Oman. They were
Now
none
with
for
Jatinder
two
Singh
after
back
their
in the
first
hutch,
over.
nothing
With
similar,
really dissuade you from that
very
goal
similar
right
run out
now.
really, wasn't it?
No, not at all.
And that day,
And
Dilpreet
going back
Bajwa
to the run out.
pushed it
Thought
to
that was
mid-on.
actually
There
pretty
probably
good
wasn't a
composure
run.
from Harsh
Johnson at
Thacker
first
as
took a
well.
step and then
You know,
sent
how
it
many
back,
times
and
do you
all the fielder
competition, that's the place to hit, particularly at this end. The north end of the ground, it's 57 metres straight. Now the wind is blowing kind of across Ilias's left shoulder over towards the kind of deep cover, but you get it up, you're going to get good reward. 2 full from Kumar, it's a length that's been dispatched all week. Good strike from Ilias.
Far too full from Akil Kumar, and gets the treatment it deserves. Tremendous shot from Aqib Ilyas. He has been enjoying the Canadian bowling going back to the last match and looking to carry on in that same vein here.
Given how dry we feel the surfaces are getting, given that we're into October, given the strength of those 3 spin options that Canada have used so effectively, Parveen Kumar, Sab Bin Safar and Harsh Thacker, throughout the series, are you surprised they've opened with the 2 seamers?
Well, I think on this occasion, with Dylan Haliger out of the side, they maybe just see an opportunity to get at Oman with the quicks early and then hold back, let that middle order come in, and then you can really roll on with the spin.
We've seen the left arm spinners, particularly Shakil Ahmed. I know he bowls very flat in trajectory, but we've seen him, Lalit Rajbanshi, the one game he played. The spinners that have opened the bowling have done really well.
No question about it. And this has unquestionably been a series for the spinners. Is just picking the right moments. As you mentioned, for Canada, Parveen Kumar has had his opportunities opening the bowling. That was in the absence of Dylan Haliger. And then we've seen someone like a Harsh Thacker come in early into the attack, bowl inside the power play as well. So a lot of options for Nicholas Curtin as he looks ahead here.
Yeah, you'd imagine that Thacker will be brought on as soon as Zishan Maksud gets to the crease, the left-hander. Canada showing a lot of energy. If you're wondering about first inning scores here, the average across we're into what is the 15th T20 I hosted at this venue now, across the 16-year period. 137 first innings average, but the average total between the 2 innings just 128. So it's not the kind of venue. As Kumar gets one to burst through the surface, it flicks the glove of Shoaib Khan. Now that's the length you need to hit. An outstanding delivery, and after being clubbed down the ground for 6 by Aqib Ilyas, he strikes back. What a delivery. Shoaib Khan the man to go. Akil Kumar, maybe one of the deliveries of the tournament.
And that's Akil Kumar's strength. Using that bit of skid that he has to his bowling. You can see that a short ball rising and maybe going a bit higher than expected. And now we've got Shoaib Khan back in the pavilion as well for a duck. And Canada will feel well on top. $13 for 2 after 2 overs.
TD is supporting cricket in more ways than ever.